Hey Cozy Bears, my name's Louise and welcome to CosyCalm. Today we're going to be going through the speed build I made for an apartment I renovated in Evergreen Harbor in the style modern boho. I hope I did it justice. It's my first time renovating or even building something in The Sims with a aesthetic in mind. I managed to fit two bedrooms in this build and using the new creator kit by Syboulette, I go through the bathroom installation after this portion of the speed build. At first, I was thinking of using colors I don't usually use in my builds. And to be honest, I really do love the new counter set that we got in the base game update, and I am using them a lot. But I don't think I've ever really made a green kitchen. Green is probably one of my least favorite colors. Like, I like plants. Well, I love plants. I'm a plant mum of very healthy plant babies. Well, they're not even babies anymore. I have one aloe vera plant who's just had babies of its own. So I need to repot them into new plant pots. I've got a spider plant, I think they're called, that my sister gave me, I think 2 years ago or so. I've also got a money tree plant, a succulent plant, and an orchid that I keep in our bathroom. Pro tip, if you do have orchids, my one absolutely loves the bathroom. I think they really like humid environments. So if you're finding it hard to manage an orchid, I recommend putting it in the bathroom. But they can be finicky when you first move them because they're getting used to a new space. That's what I find with all plants, all of my plants anyway. If I move them to a different room or whatever, it takes them a bit of time to get used to the new environment, but they soon settle in most of the time. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I rarely use green appliances or even green furniture in The Sims. I tried to push myself out of my comfort zone, which I've been trying to do over the last few videos. And I think it worked out really nicely. I mentioned in the Secret Agents cast creations video that I'm currently making townhouses for them. In one of them, I do have a green kitchen as well. And I'm sort of going for their favorite colors to sort of style their townhouses in. So Misty likes green, so she's got a predominantly green townhouse. Nancy likes sort of dark colors, like dark blue. So I made her townhouse a little bit of a darker aesthetic than the other two. And Cliff, who in my mind owns the townhouses and just lets his friends stay in the other two, he really likes green and purple and he really likes gardening as well. So I've given him a rooftop area that none of the other secret agents have because I want to make it obvious that he owns the townhouses. So he's the one that has the sort of rooftop garden hangout space. And I've been having a lot of fun making their townhouses because I'm getting to explore more colors in the game that I wouldn't usually use. I haven't recorded making the townhouses just because it is a really big project, but you will see cliffside of the townhouses in Life's a Peach episode 4, which I'm currently recording. So watch out for that video. Back onto the build, how I like to work on a renovation or build or even in CAS is when I'm going through categories in the catalogue, I normally put things out that I want to include in a build or I think I want in a build so I don't forget to use them later. And with CAS, if I see something that would be good for their athletic wear, for instance, I then copy that to the athletic wear tab just so I don't forget. So I think it's organized chaos, I guess, in a way. I am a Virgo, so I guess that makes sense, but I hope you don't find all the items too distracting. It's just how I work, basically. Because I know if I don't put it down, I'll forget it. And I wanted to make this space look really lived in and sort of eclectic in a way as well. Like they've collected things on their travels. I was imagining three Sims living here, two young adults with their tween daughter. I was imagining that they were teachers And when they were younger, before they had their daughter, they used to love traveling and picked up things here and there from their travels. And now they've settled down and become professional teachers, teaching young children about history and culture from other parts of the world. I imagine their daughter was a very active reader, loved books, and also plants. So I made sure to include quite a few plants in this build, but also in her room as well. I did cut quite a lot of my indecisiveness out of this build. I wanted you to see my thought process, especially as I was going to go through the new creator kit in real time. I didn't want this video to be so long. So I cut out some bits that I didn't think were really necessary, but I still kept in some of my thought process in the speed portion of this video. From what I've seen so far from the sleep bathroom kit, it looks like it's going to be one of my most used kits because I have a few that are my favorite already, but we were really lacking in not necessarily bathroom clutter because we did get the bathroom clutter kit, which I also use quite a lot. We were definitely missing high-end looking bathroom pieces and furniture. And I think Syboulette did such a fantastic job, honestly. And I highly encourage you, if you are going to buy the kit, to use their creator code Syboulette in the checkout, just because I personally think creators who make the creator kits definitely aren't paid enough by EA to make them, because with a creator kit, they literally do all the work. They take their own screenshots for the pack descriptions. They obviously make all the items. The only thing EA really gets involved in is putting it on their platform. That is it. The creator works on everything else and makes everything else. So I'm not happy with EA taking the biggest cut of a creator kit. In my personal opinion, the creators should get most of the commission that the kit makes. And yes, EA is putting it on their platform, but they haven't done anything else with the kit. With other kits that aren't creator kits, where they've collaborated with other creators like Lil Simsy or Plumbella, they worked with EA to create the items. They gave inspo boards and ideas to EA. They had a joint effort in creating those kits. So I understand if their commission is a little bit lower. I still think it's not enough because 5% is nothing really from a £4.99 kit. But anyway, we're coming on to the end of the speed build. So let's get started on the bathroom using the Sleek Bathroom Creator Kit by Syboulette. And this is how the modern boho flat turned out. I think it actually looks quite nice, and it does complement the modern boho aesthetic that I was going for. So I hope you agree too. I wasn't sure about this basket because it's a lot darker than the rest of the wood around the house, but it was the only basket with like green cushions. So I guess it could say not all wood tones need to match. One thing I actually wanted to mention as well, I wanted to put a window in the kitchen, but the game won't let me. It says I cannot make changes outside owned area, which is really annoying. So the kitchen is quite dark, but I still think it's quite bright, and I put a picture up here with a picture light above it. So it should hopefully be bright enough for gameplay. But I really like the sort of tones that I went for, like the green, the pinks, the oranges, like the orange tone wood. I actually really like it. I've just added some curtains as I forgot to do that during the speed build, but they're just simple sort of sheer curtains that I added. And I imagine they're sort of tween to be really into reading and gardening. So I wanted to use I think it's from Blooming Rooms curtain. Yeah, the Blooming Rooms curtain to sort of complement their interests. Anyway, on to the main event of this video, and that's playing with the new kit that we got. So let's see what we can put in this bathroom. I love the olive tree. That's so lovely. Okay, I do want to use that if I can. It is quite a small bathroom, but I'll try. The new toilet, I don't think it's supposed to have the slab at the back because I have read some of the bug reports from this pack, and apparently it's not supposed to have the stone slab, it's just supposed to sort of fit into the wall. I always use the Snowy Escape toilet because it has the bidet. And if you haven't used a Japanese toilet before, I highly recommend it. There's just no going back after you've used one. So I always use them in my builds. And also, it just looks really nice and sort of high tech, I guess. What I normally do as well when I'm building bathrooms. I don't do it all the time. It depends where the toilet is placed. But I like to put a divider between the toilet and the sink, or the toilet and the shower or bath, because I just think it's nicer and you don't want to come into the bathroom to immediately be faced with a toilet. So I mostly always use a divider to sort of separate the toilet from the rest of the bathroom. So I do like that we got this small divider with the pack. It is quite thick though. And the half walls are a bit slimmer. Maybe not. Well, yeah, the bottom is, but the top, I normally just put a stone slab on it. I normally use this one in white. And then I just paint the walls the same color as the bathroom walls. So it is slimmer. We can have a go. What else do we have? We have a shelf. Okay. In sort of like that stone texture as well. Okay, let's try and figure out what we want to do with this bathroom. Oh, wait, we got some new wallpapers as well with this kit. Let me have a look at them. So in this build, I used quite a lot of green. Ooh, this is a nice wallpaper. Ooh, that looks so nice. Okay, that's definitely one of my favorite in the game so far. I'm thinking let's use this privacy screen because there's a lot of wood in this apartment and I don't want to bring in a lot of glass. And I think from what I've seen, there's a fluted version as well. Yes, that is so nice. Okay, let's use that. And let's put that where the shower will be. And obviously we're going to have the bath. Look how gorgeous it is. Oh my gosh. Obviously we're going to be using the light, but we'll do that later. And a towel rail. Yes, we definitely needed one of these because sometimes I feel like I don't want to hang towels on the wall all the time, but we only have towel rails that either go on the wall or we have towels that you can put on the counters, which I usually end up doing because I don't really like putting the towels on the wall. But now we have a towel rail. That's really nice. Yes, we'll need the toilet paper holder and the toilet brush. And this beautiful, absolutely stunning plant as well. So we're definitely going to be using that. Let's put that on here for now. And let's sort out colours. Yeah, the bathroom is now done. There's one thing I always put in bathrooms, not necessarily WCs, but when they're the main bathrooms, I normally put this in there, and that is the medicine cabinet. I just feel like it's very realistic to have it in a bathroom. So let's put that there. And then what we're going to put over here, the wall does look less blank now, which is good. Wait, yes, the ottoman. I've completely forgot about that. Let's put the ottoman on here. Oh, but I kind of want something up here. We can put a picture. I think I'll use that. Yeah, let's go with that. I don't want to overdo it. That is our bathroom. I am happy with that. Oh, wait. One thing I did forget to add is a toilet roll holder. So let me get that back. And let's alt place this here. I think that's a good place for the toilet roll holder. Last thing, let me put these up. I think that fills out the space a bit better. Although, is this too tall now? I'm so indecisive. I'm so sorry. Yes, I think that's better. It also gives height to the shelves, but also this is easier to get to from the bath, I think. It's still pretty tall, but I'm leaving it at that. I'm going to leave this video here. Please subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And until next time, take care of yourselves and thanks for watching. Bye!